Now we're going to look at finishing the joints, fixing the joints on our tray and finishing it off. That means putting a finish on it. So first of all, if you look here, we have the joints here, the rebate joints, have been cut, but not with a great degree of accuracy. So we have a gap there. Now we could place some filler in the gap here, but if we place filler in the gap, it won't structurally, the joint will still be weak. So we need to make some kind of repair. So what we're going to do, I have a small scrap of wood and some PVA glue. And what I'm going to do is put a small amount of PVA glue onto the scrap of wood and just fix it into the joint, wiping off the PVA glue and filling up the joint as much as possible. You can see there now that's made a much stronger repair to the gap in the joint. We can leave that to dry, probably for an hour or so, a little bit longer if you can, and then we can add filler. The next stage is adding some filler. So you can see here, here's a box, a tray that has a few gaps, and we're going to take a small amount of filler here, got some filler here, and just push it into the joints. You push it into the joints and we let it dry. So any gaps, we can find the gaps, push it in, wipe it off. It's better to use a piece of plastic just to scrape off any filler, excess filler, so we're not having to, when that's dry, we don't have to sand off a huge amount of filler. So what we want to do is just fill in the gaps and then wipe any surplus off. That again will need to dry for an hour or so at least until we're ready to move on to the next stage. The next stage is going to be waxing. So once we've done that and sanding down, we're going to sand it down and wax it.